If price were no object, what would you put on your dream menu? Maybe something from this list of 10 of the most expensive foods in the world? Great ingredients are the start of every amazing dish, whether that means the freshest local eggs for a simple plate of scrambled eggs or a more obscure ingredient that makes your menu item sing and leaves restaurant patrons wowed. Usually, we try to balance the notion of best against our budget as we search for those great ingredients. But sometimes, a good splurge is in order. And the 10 items on this list, they represent some of the most expensive foods in the world. Read on to find out whether your next indulgence is here. Kobe beef. Kobe is a special type of beef that comes from Wagyu cattle. To qualify as Kobe, the cattle must be born, raised, and processed within Japan's Hyogo Prefecture in western Japan. Even more specifically, they must belong to the Taijimaju breed, a purebred Japanese black cattle. The cattle are fed a diet rich in grains, which adds to their higher fat content and tender texture. The resulting meat must have both a high marbling rating and meat quality rating to get the Kobe designation. These standards are so strict that only 3,000 to 4,000 head of Kobe cattle come to market each year. Fewer than 1,000 of those are exported. In the United States, Kobe beef can cost $25 to $50 per ounce, and more at restaurants. At Cote Miami, for example, a single ounce of Kobe beef will cost $76. With a protein this pricey, its preparation is best left to trained culinary professionals. White truffles. White truffles are one of the most expensive types of truffles in the world. Truffles are the edible spores of a type of underground fungus. The white variety has a strong, earthy flavor with notes of oak and garlic. They are often shaved on top of a finished dish like pasta, risotto, or eggs. Also known as Alba truffles, white truffles are primarily found in the Piedmont region of Italy, as well as in parts of Croatia and Slovenia. The truffle fungi require a special relationship with tree roots in order to grow. The fungi help the trees to gather water and minerals, and the tree feeds the truffle with sugars. Truffles also rely on forest creatures to eat them and spread their spores for propagation. This special codependent relationship is very hard to recreate in a controlled environment, making truffles mostly foraged rather than cultivated. This is why they're so rare, and therefore, so expensive. A single ounce of white truffles could go for more than $400. Beluga caviar. Caviar is a luxury food that is made from the unfertilized roe, or eggs, of sturgeon fish. Caviar is usually served as an appetizer, typically on toast points or blinis, and is often accompanied by sour cream, chives, and lemon. The most expensive type of caviar is beluga caviar, which comes from the beluga sturgeon. This large fish often weighs nearly 600 pounds, but the largest ever recorded weighed in at 3,463 pounds. Because of the popularity of beluga caviar, the freshwater beluga sturgeon species was wildly overfished and became endangered. The United States, which imported 80% of the world's supply, banned imports in 2005. In 2020, a business in Florida received an exemption to sell beluga caviar. Mark Zaslavy, owner of Sturgeon Aquafarms, had brought some of the sturgeon to the US before the ban and raised them on his aquafarm. He now sells the caviar and has also donated fertilized sturgeon eggs to help repopulation efforts. The item remains exorbitantly priced. An ounce of the American farmed purebred beluga caviar costs about $770 for 28 grams, around an ounce, from their retail market. Plus shipping, you can get free shipping on order over $1,999. Saffron. Saffron is a spice made of the dried stigma of the saffron crocus flower. Its unique flavor and aroma are often described as floral, honey-like, and slightly bitter. It's grown primarily in Iran and is a common ingredient in Iranian, Moroccan, and Indian dishes. You'll find it in risotto, paella, and bouillabaisse recipes. Saffron is the most expensive spice in the world by weight due to the labor-intensive process of harvesting the stigma. Each crocus flower only makes 3 strands of saffron, and they must be removed one at a time using tweezers. As of 2024, saffron retails between $10 and $20 per gram. If it's less than $10 per gram, it's probably a fake like corn silk threads or safflower. These fakes usually aren't harmful, but they won't provide the flavor you're after either. Matsutake mushrooms. Matsutake mushrooms are highly prized in Japanese cuisine and are one of the most expensive types of mushrooms in the world. They have a strong, earthy aroma and a firm, meaty texture. They are harvested in the fall and can be eaten raw or cooked in a variety of dishes, such as soups, stews, and rice dishes. These large mushrooms are native to Japan, but some species can also be found in parts of China, Korea, and the Pacific Northwest region of the United States. Like truffles, they cannot be reliably grown. Instead, they are foraged from among the roots of red pine trees. Fresh matsutake mushrooms are usually available from about September into November in the US. Their price varies widely, from about $40 per pound in the United States to as much as $1,000 per pound in Japan. The price disparity owes in part to the different species. The type found in the US are related but not technically considered traditional matsutake mushrooms, as well as a shortage in Japan, where environmental stresses and pine wilt disease have impacted their production. A mushroom this rare should be the focus of the dish. Kopi Luwak coffee. Kopi Luwak coffee is considered the most expensive coffee in the world, likely because of how it's harvested. It's made from coffee beans that have been eaten and excreted by Asian palm civets, a type of wild cat-like animal native to Indonesia. Yes, a coffee derived from mammal poop is a prized delicacy. The beans are fermented and partially broken down inside the civet's digestive tract before they are harvested from the feces of the civet, washed thoroughly, and roasted. The coffee is said to have a rich, smooth flavor with hints of chocolate and caramel. A pound of these beans, when harvested in the wild, can go for $600. And a cup could run you $100, making it the most expensive in the world. Iberico ham. Iberico ham, also known as jamon iberico, is a cured ham that is produced in Spain and Portugal. It has a complex, nutty flavor with hints of acorns, herbs, and spices. It's served in thin slices and eaten on its own, so the flavor can shine through. This meat is made from the Iberian pig, a breed that is known for its unique flavor and texture. These pigs are allowed to roam freely, where they get plump on an acorn-heavy diet. After processing, the meat is salted, dried, and aged for up to 3 years. Due to the time involved in making it, Iberico ham can be quite pricey. A single leg, 13 to 17 pounds, can cost between $500 and $4,500. Denchuk watermelon. Denchuk watermelon, also known as black watermelon, is a rare and unique melon that is only grown on the island of Hokkaido in northern Japan. Just like true champagne only comes from a certain region in France, the Denchuk watermelon is only considered legitimate if it comes from Hokkaido. You can buy seeds and grow your own, but that's not the same. The Denchuk watermelon is known for its distinct black rind, crisp red flesh, and exceptional sweetness. Their flavor is often described as having a hint of strawberry or honeydew melon. These melons are grown in the volcanic soil of Hokkaido, which is rich in minerals and nutrients. They require a cool climate and plenty of water to thrive. Denchuk watermelons are handpicked when fully ripe, then washed and packaged for shipment. Only 10,000 are grown each year, which accounts for their exceptional price. They then go to auction. Their starting price is around $250, but one jumbo black watermelon sold at a record price of $6,100 in 2008. Bluefin tuna. Bluefin tuna is highly prized in Japan, where it is a staple of sushi and sashimi. It has a rich, buttery flavor and tender texture. It's also popular in other countries, particularly among seafood enthusiasts and high-end restaurants. This popularity has led to overfishing in the Atlantic, Pacific, and Indian Oceans, and it is now an endangered species. But fishing restrictions have helped the species to begin recovering over the past decade. Due to its popularity and fishing restrictions, bluefin tuna is pricey. A 212 kilograms bluefin tuna sold for $273,000 at auction in Tokyo in January 2023. That breaks down to $1,287 per kilo. A 2-pound bluefin tuna steak retails for about $104 plus shipping. Ruby Roman grapes. Ruby Roman grapes are a rare and exclusive variety of grapes that are only grown in Japan. These round, plump grapes have a deep red color and thick skin. They are known for their large size, with individual grapes often weighing up to 20 grams each. Ruby Roman grapes are very sweet, with a rich, fruity flavor that is often compared to that of wine grapes. They are exclusively grown in the Ishikawa prefecture of Japan, on the west coast of Honshu Island. They are carefully tended by farmers who limit the number of grapes per vine to ensure the highest quality. Ruby Roman grapes are handpicked when fully ripe, then carefully packed and shipped to markets in Japan and around the world. These grapes are priced by category, with superior bunches going for $90 to $140, and special superior bunches costing between $180 and $450. The rarest of all, the premium Ruby Roman grapes can go for $1,000 per bunch.